Okie dokie. Alright.
Yeah, there we
go. Okay, I'm back. Thank you everybody for sticking around. And yeah, we're on a different setup here. It's not quite as fabulous as we usually look, but we're gonna do our best. And please, yeah, just keep giving me feedback on ways we can improve within reason. Or actually, just tell me if it sounds good or if it sounds awful. All right. Next up. Can y'all hear me okay? Sounds perfect now. Sounds good now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next up, John Yurkovich asked, he said, would love to hear Good While It Lasted. I love that album and was very expressive of my feelings when I was involuntarily retired in 2017. All right, John. I appreciate it, and we'll give this a go. Here we go. I smoked my last cigarette. I drank my last drop. I quit doing all the things I swore I'd never stop. I changed my direction, sang a different tune, and gave up all those childish ways that made me old too soon. And things were going good there for a while, just like when mom. Sorry, I was thinking about how the set started. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last. Let's see. I tried to do something and didn't blah blah blah. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. I used to play down on Broadway, the same songs every night, singing for the tip jar underneath the neon light. Had a good time with the women, and the compliments were free. I dreamed of something bigger, but it just wasn't meant to be. But I was happy there for a while, just like a desperado out searching for a song. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. Nothing lasts forever, and time knows that it's true. And sometimes a little while's the best that we can do. You ended up beside me like some long forgotten dream. You took my hand and showed me colors I had never seen. And we both said forever, forever till the end. Forever something different to a lover than a friend. We thought we had it all there for a while, just like that perfect moment before the darkness turns to dawn. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. The one thing I can tell from all this life that's come and gone, it was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last too long. Okay. Let's see. I'm kind of scared to look at the comments to see how we're sounding here. Intermittently glitchy, very minor pops. Well, guys, sorry. It's fine. It sounds good. What the heck? Okay, well, we're just going to keep going. I think if we drink more, Everything will improve. It's a philosophy. So I played that for John Yurkovich, but there were several other people that requested that song and I didn't see it. Maria DeRocher said, was thinking as we all get vaccinated, concerts will start coming back, which hubby and I have looked forward to for a year. As much as live music means to us, we hope you keep live streaming as much as possible, even after things are back to normal. Would you please play Good While It Lasted, since Alone Together Tuesdays can never last too long. Thank you, Maria, and thanks for all the support here. Although I'm going to totally challenge your theory about Alone Together Tuesdays lasting too long tonight. Let's see. Parker Emil also requested Good While It Lasted, so thank you, Parker. All right, next up, Krista. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Krista. There are a lot of letters here. WOJCIECHOWICZ. Which Krista, thank you for sending this in, and God bless you. She says, a few years ago, I lost my job of 20 years due to downsizing and have yet to find a career that even compares to what I lost. I'm happy to report that I'm anxiously awaiting the outcome of an interview I had last week for a really good job. So I'd like to add some extra luck and request I got a gig, and hopefully it'll come true. Thank you. Well, Krista, I'm happy to play that song for you, and I wish you very good luck with your job hunt, and I hope this thing comes through for you. So, here we go. Let's see. 8-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. 410 walls, now there ain't much left. Looking like a homeless cheaters on meth. Homer's in the corner, breaking up a fight. Good Lord, I hope I get paid tonight. I got a gig, baby. Burnt fried chicken, a Lone Star beer. Cops and the kids, they drink free around here. Girl behind the bar, taking what she's giving. A line about her past and trying to make a living. A broke boat table and some hard luck keys. Go tell your mama I done paid my dues. Everyone around here knows my name. 6 nights a week in a neon flame. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Now there's an old lion tamer parked behind the bar with 100 pounds of weed in a stolen car. Oil patch boys and girls who went to college. Rules you don't break and laws that ain't acknowledged. A barefoot shrimper with a pistol up his sleeve. Some will go to heaven and some will never leave. Bills in the tip jar, blood on the strings. Oh Lord, I never thought I'd see these things. I got a gig, baby. I got a key. 8-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, New Year's Eve. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. I got a gig, baby. Oh, I got a gig. Yes, I do. Krista's gonna get that job. Yes, she is. here so y'all can see a little bit more of Adam Landry.
Hey guys.
There we go. All right. Let me make this bigger. All right. We doing okay? Krista, good luck. Yeah. I forgot to mention that Adam Landry here and I have a show, an actual show, coming up here in Nashville at the City Winery.
Very exciting.
Where they're going to film us. So you can buy tickets to actually come to the show, but then we're going to stream it on Mandolin. And they have a very professional rig, multi-camera shoots. So they get my they get this side and that side. And they get Adam's fingers doing the magic that he does. I think those go on sale. I think they're already on sale. So you can buy the live stream, I think, for $10. So that's that. Okay, let's see. Next up, my good friend Cam Franklin from down in Houston, lead singer of the Suffers, has requested "Hard Out Here." No story behind it, but no story needed. I know it's been a hard year for folks, especially folks down in Texas. And Adam, you want to kick us off?
I'd love to.
After all these years of running around, all this flying high and falling down, well, I gotta get back to the way I was. I'm gonna turn it round, darling, just because everybody's talking about the shape I'm in. They say, boy, you ain't a poet, just a drunk with a pen, over and over, again and again. Lord, they don't know about the places I've been. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. There must be something I'm missing. My mama told me I should have gone into easy listening. I joined up with the band cause I thought it was cool. Lord, I guess I should have just gone back to school. And oh, pretty darling, it's gonna be okay. You know, one of these days I'm gonna take you away. She said, oh, sweet daddy, you're probably right. I think we might get lucky, but it won't be tonight. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. I know it don't seem it. I said I'd try, but I never did mean it. And nobody's listening, so we might as well scream it. Oh God, we're all out of beer. It gets hard out here. All right. It does get hard out here sometimes. Sometimes Tuesdays just cruise right on by, but sometimes they're a little tougher than others.
It gets wet out here too.
It does. It started raining again. I just got my basement pumped out, and now it's going to rain again tonight. But all right. Well, hopefully it looks like we've stabilized a little bit, and y'all can hear okay. So it's maybe safe to invite friends back if they haven't been burned. But, you know, some of them are going to be like, nah, you got me once. You're not going to get me twice. They're going to drag me to that Hayes Carll show and make me listen to his bad jokes and watch the sound screw up and him scramble around trying to fix cameras and stuff. All right. Somebody asked me if I had ever given Don Imus a shout out, and I have many times. But I'm going to do it again right now just because I saw that Don was a big champion of mine, and I really appreciated everything that he did for me, and was another person we lost recently. I think it was 2019 that he passed away, but anyway, I'm very, very grateful to Don for everything that he did for me. Turned a lot of folks onto my music and a lot of other people's music, and did a lot of good raising money for different charities and stuff. So anyway, let's see what's next. Okay, we have 4 requests for Bible on the Dash. Let's see. It's Okay Canada on Instagram says, my 3-year-old's favorite song. I was the Calgary hillbilly that put the truck in park in the middle of the road and hopped out for him to get a pic with you. Ha ha, all about memories for the kids. The Calgary hillbilly that put the truck in park in the middle of the road and hopped out for him to get a pic with you. Oh yeah, I remember that. Sorry, I couldn't place that, but I was in Calgary 2 years ago, and was walking down the street with my wife. I think that was it. I think it was just me and Allison. We were meeting up with Corb at a bar. We were going to meet Corb at a bar in Calgary, and this guy just jumped out of the truck, pulled his 3-year-old out of a car seat, and held him up next to me, and I took a picture, like just in the middle of the road. It just completely, we were like, what just happened? It was very strange. Let's see. Oh, I see. Somebody's figured it out. When I drink beer, there's an echo, but it's a much sweeter sound when I get the good stuff in your glass. Yeah, I got some Johnny Walker, which I don't normally drink, but we ran out of everything else. So, okay, let's see. Who else requested this? Rye Bread Curtis on Instagram said, Bible on the Dash. First time I heard your twang on the Corb Lund track. Hardcore fan ever since. Keep it up, dude. Thank you, sir. Daisy Burmez requested Bible on the Dash. And Cindy Smith Nolan said, Bible on the Dash. It always makes me smile. I've told the story before, but let's just suffice it to say there are also explicit songs with the same title. It's quite funny when one of them starts playing while you're shopping for Easter goodies from the phone in my purse. Yeah, it turns out there's a rap song or two called Bible on the Dash. And let's just say they're not as clean cut as Corb Lund and I are. Yeah. All right. It's funny, if you listen to the recording on Corb's record, right before we start singing, one of us goes, I think it's me, just goes, sheesh, or something, makes some sort of noise. And it's because he showed me this really weird thing, like right before we started recording. So anyway, that's another story for Behind the Music. But here we go. Tonight stand in Tulsa, pulling out and headed west. Brady grabbed the Gideons from the motel in the desk, and we said, what's the matter, brother? Are you worried about your soul? He said, better safe than sorry, boys. That's just how I roll. We hit the road, a feeling cool as Crosby, Stills, and Nash, overflowing with the Spirit and the Bible on the dash. Well, we pulled the whole thing over for the flashing red and blues. Police came to the window. We said, have you heard the news? He said, don't get smart with me, boy. Why you doing 95? My foot is heavy with redemption. I'm just blessed to be alive. He said, I ought to pull you out of there and beat you black and blue. I placed my hand upon the good book and said, what would Jesus do? It's better than insurance registration online. Better than these fake IDs that keep on buying. Even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. They always said it saved me, that old Bible on the dash. Well, around these parts, that air alone will make probable cause. If you're moving through my county, you'll obey my earthly laws. We did our best to quote some holy writ, chapter and verse. What kind of music you boys are making? We said Christian music, sir. We thought about it, contemplated, twirled his cop mustache. Alright, you boys, be careful now, just don't drive quite so fast. It's better than insurance registration or line. Better than these fake IDs that keep on buying. Even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. They always said it saved me, that old Bible on the desk. Later we heard freeze. Pulling over there, son, we're gonna do some search and seize. Maybe if we'd been more famous, they'd have said just move along. If they'd have seen us on the TV, if we'd had hit single songs. He's just about to ask us where's the money, guns, and hash. I was hoping it'd save me, that old Bible on the dash. Well, his hand was on his pistol and his dog was on his leash, and that shepherd he was keeping a pretty close eye on his sheep. We got a list we gonna look at, see if we can't find your names. We got a parabolic laser beams, here's everything you say. We got ultraviolet x-rays that can see right through your bus. Well, I guess we'll see if the good Lord's truly watching over us. It's better than a green card, better than lying, better than these work visas I have to keep buying. Even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. Lord, I'm at the border with a Bible on the desk. Yes, sir. There you have it. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Thank you. I appreciate the requests coming in. Unfortunately, like I said, we took the request earlier in the week, and we have over 47 of them. So we're kind of maxed out. But the last show of every month is an all request show, and a couple days before it happens, I put out on all the socials the option to send in requests. So that's the way to do it. All right, let's see. The next song is Nunya. We had several people request this as well. Josh Renner says Nunya was played at our wedding. If there's any chance you could dedicate it to Josh and Christy, it would really mean a lot. Love you, Hayes. I will do that. I'm going to try not to forget. I'm going to read the rest of these requests and I'll come back to you. Maleficent Crow says, Nunya, I laughed out loud the first time I heard it. How the ceiling painted turquoise to keep out evil spirits. I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth. That is me 100%. Michelle Pfaff, P-F-A-F-F. I don't know how you pronounce that. Don't have a sad story, thankfully, so I'm going to request Nunya, just because it hasn't been requested yet, and that was the first song I heard by you. I love all your other songs now, too, by the way. And, yeah, those were the three people that requested it. So, we're going to dedicate this to Michelle, Maleficent Crow, and most of all, to Josh and Christy. Oh, and I totally skipped over one. My request is, this is Rob Pecora says, my request is for Nunya. Thought it was clever the first time I heard it and relished the irony when you played it with Allison. My mom, rest in peace, has a thick Italian accent and would chop words all the time. Don't you became non you, a turn of phrase my wife and I still use today, which is probably why Nunya resonates with me so much. All right. Well, Rob will play this for your mom, too. So, here we go. Let's see if we can make this work. None of your business, don't you ask no more. He said if you would do a better job of listening, then maybe you would understand why I'm at the door. You just had to paint the front porch ceiling turquoise. He said that's the way we do it in the South. You claimed it keeps out all the evil spirits. Sometimes I can't believe the words are coming out your mouth, but I try because I want to know your heart the best way that I can, through the laughter and the pain and the sometimes just insane. Girl, all I wanna do is be your man. Sometimes we'll pretend like we are strangers out there meeting up for the first time. Not be a doctor or a secret agent, just hoping that you'll laugh with me as I throw out my lines. And I used to tell myself that I had it covered, that everything was where it needs to be. But then you showed up and you looked me over, and now I see, oh I see, now I see, darling I see. And so I try because I need to know your heart the best way that I can, for the laughter, for the pain, for the way you call my name. Girl, all I wanna do is be your man. I asked you where you been and you said Nunya. None of your business, don't you ask no more. All right. Okay, I'm starting to relax a little bit. That was super stressful starting the show with nothing working. I hate that. This is my one night a week to work, like to make money. And when 5 minutes in, you realize it's not going to work. We're not going to make any money. That's stressful. So, anyway, we've got the tip link there, and we send postcards out to anybody who tips the show. And in case you're just joining us, this week's postcard is this right here. That's me leaning against a tree in New Mexico. And we also do Setlist every week. So tomorrow I'll write down all of the songs that we played tonight, and these set lists are for folks who tip $30 or more. If you do that, I'll send you the postcard, the set list, and a sticker. It's a little package. And also, I think Callan is picking out some people to give away set lists and stickers to and postcards to for sharing the show. So if you like us on YouTube or share us, whatever, it really means a lot. It helps us out a lot. And I'll try not to embarrass you or make you regret turning your friends onto this show. So thank you for all that. And last but not least, if you would like a previous postcard or set list, you can go to my website, He'sCarll.com, and we have, I think, 25 postcards up at this point and about 12 or 13 of the previous set list. So that's that. All right, well, let's keep going. We got some more magic in a little while, but I don't want to stop playing music for a minute because we got some good stuff. Someone has requested What It Is. They said, I was widowed in 2017 after 30 plus years of marriage, navigating life alone. ready for a new chapter, another chance at love. What it could be, God only knows. Well, thank you. That's very sweet. I'm sorry for your loss. But yes, there are other chapters to be written. You're still alive. Still things to happen. So we'll send this out to you and to everybody else. I'm going to take my watch off because it rings every time somebody texts me. Let's see. All right, here we go. God only knows, and what it is right here in front of me, and I'm not letting it go. Just across the border from what I used to be, I still hear the slamming of the door, and the future holds a promise that it doesn't have to keep, but it might not need keeping anymore. 'Cause what it was is gone forever. What it could be, God only knows, and what it is right here in front of me, and I'm not letting it go. I can hear the laughter as I try to make my plans, and then set out like a fool toward the sea, where every wave that crashes rearranges all the sand and puts another path in front of me. And what it was is gone forever. What it could be, God only knows, and what it is right here in front of me, and I'm not letting it go. What it is right here in front of me, and I'm not letting it go. All right. Next up, we have a duet. My wife refuses to sing this song for understandable reasons, multiple understandable reasons. So I'm going to do it by myself. This is Another Like You. We have 3 requests for it. Paula Austin said, would love to hear you and Allison do Another Like You. Gina Fellman says, Another Like You. And Dave Pohorlio says, Another Like You. Okay, guys. I'm going to do this here. This is just real quick on Patreon, I have this series called "What's Hayes Going On About," where every month I pick one of my songs, and then I talk about it for like up to 30 minutes sometimes, and I explain how it was written, what the story is, how we recorded it, go through the lyrics, what they mean, and just any interesting details or things that I think might be interesting about the life of the song. And this month's episode was about this song, Another Like You, which I originally recorded with Carrie Ann Hurst. And so if you're interested in all the background behind that, like at length, become a patron. And I think, for as little as $1 a month, soon to be $5 a month, but currently $1 a month, you have access to all the videos and stuff. So the way this is going to work, like I said, it's a duet. So the way this is going to work is when I am the guy, I'm going to look over here. I'm going to do this. When the girl, I'm going to go over here. No, let's do the other way. When I'm the guy, I'm going to go over there. When I'm the girl, I'm going to go over there. And then when they sing together, I'm just going to look right into the camera. It's going to be a free-for-all. Okay? So let's see if we can get through this here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to highlight this. Adam, somebody's saying they want to hear more volume, but from you, but
okay.
You do whatever you can back there. All right, so let's see, guys. That way, you ready? You were smoking on a cigarette, talking about the deficit of putting all them wild boys down. Like a drunken Mona Lisa or the leaning Tower of Pisa, you were hanging off the edge of town. Well, I overheard Afghanistan is safer than a minivan. Left me wondering what I should do. You're like a four-leaf clover, I just had to come on over. I've never seen a woman like you. You were falling like the Alamo, drinking fast and talking slow, looking like it's time to go home. Well, were you heading on that stripper cause you can't afford to tip her, or just afraid of being alone? You were openly frustrated, you said Dylan's overrated, while you were singing Tangled Up in Blue. I don't know what I was thinking, I could feel my heart is sinking. I have never seen a fella like you. Ain't that the way we do? It's true, we fall for the first one. Oh, how come it always ends up the worst one? Well, you're probably a Democrat. Well, what the hell is wrong with that? Nothing. If you're Taliban, oh, I see. Well, I bet you slept with half the South. Oh, don't you ever shut your mouth. Girl, how much did you pay for that tan? More than you paid for your boots. Shouldn't you be purging? You're probably still a virgin. I can't believe you're not on The View. Let's get another round. It's looking like we're trouble bound. I have never seen another like you. Ain't that the way we do? It's true, you take the breath from me. It seems like you are bound to be the death of me. Oh well, a couple hours later we were in the elevator, I'm making out like Bonnie and Clyde. We were busy from the look, we're dizzy from the love we found, throwing up and going down. Lord, it's been a hell of a ride. Well, I'm having trouble breathing, I probably should be leaving. You know I'm up in room 402. Oh well, I gotta hand it to you, there's a chance I'm gonna screw you. Oh, I've never seen another like you. And I don't know if it's forever, but Alone Together Tuesday family, I'm so glad that we're all here together. I have never seen another like you. Whew. right. We made it. Haven't done that in a while.
That's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words. A lot of characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with lots of words, but when you have multiple parts, that's when it starts getting real tricky for me.
Mm-hmm.
Real tricky. Okay, everybody. How we doing? I'm starting to feel a little better. Takes me a while to recover from those rough starts, but anyway, we've had some nice requests so far, and we're going to keep it going. Cindy Parsons requests Jesus and Elvis. Actually, I'm going to save that for a minute, just in case Allison can get away. We've got children here, and she may not be able to come in, but I'll try and get to that, Cindy. But if she does come in, I'd love to have something to sing with her. So, but actually, I need to read this comment though, just because I like it so much. Cindy said, my husband's favorite drink is Dickel, which I mentioned in the song, and he heard about you from Michael Berry. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Woo! I just gained several pitches in my voice. Michael Berry, and he told me about this song. But then I told him about you from Brene Brown, and she recommended you on her website. So we watch every Friday morning with a toast to you. That last song, excuse me. No, that's it. Okay. That last song should go to you guys. One of y'all listens to Michael Berry, and one of you reads Brene Brown. That's I'm impressed. But yes, Michael and Brene have both been very good to me in their respective ways, and I'm grateful to both of them. All right, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and play it. I don't know if she's going to be able to get free tonight, so let's see here. For those of y'all who don't know, this is a song about a bar down in Austin, Texas, called La La's. I wrote it with Allison and Teresa Bird. And the bar has Christmas lights up year round. I used to hang out there a lot. I lived about a mile from there. And cheap whiskey. You used to be able to smoke in the bar even after the city had shut down the smoking thing. Back when I used to smoke. And it just had a lot of character. Christmas lights up year round, and a jukebox in the corner with nothing on it past 1968. And I was curious what the story was, and so I asked around, and what I had heard was a tragic one. And it turns out this may not be true, but what I had heard was that the owner, Lala, had a son who had gone off to fight in Vietnam at Christmas time, and she promised that she would not take the lights down until her son made it back home. And all these years later, the lights are still up there. So that's what we had in mind when we wrote this song. It's called Jesus and Elvis. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola built this joint in '67, and a boy went off to fight on Christmas Eve. In a war nobody won, she lost her only son, and now everything he loved is what you see. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola told him Jesus loves a sinner, and his daddy told him music saved his soul. Between the drunkards and the band, it's a fitting promised land for the King of Kings and the King of Rock and Roll. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. Alright. So if you need a shot of Dickel or redemption, or where the Delta meets the Sea of Galilee, a kid washed in the blood of the Mississippi mud, come on, you non-believers, and you'll see Jesus and Elvis painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. It's good to be back again, oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. By and by, Lord, by and by, by and by, Lord, by and by. Oh, all right. This next one is sort of connected. I'm going to dedicate it, that last one and this one, to all the vets that we've got watching, or family members of vets. This next song is KMAG YOYO. Penelope Nicole requested, KMAG YOYO reminds me of my wounded Marine son and his experience in Fallujah. It is also a great running soundtrack. So, yeah, double multi-purpose song here. Penelope, thank you, and thank you for your son's service. And so we'll send this out to him and all the other vets out there. When I was writing it, I wrote this with my friend Scott Davis, who was in my band for a while, and he kind of came in with this guitar riff, and we thought it sounded cool, and we recorded the track, but we didn't have lyrics. We just thought, here's how I want it to go musically, and it just had all this adrenaline and this kind of energy to it and intensity to it. And so then I went into the vocal booth to record, but I didn't really have any lyrics. I just sort of stream of conscious. Started spitting stuff out, and that's how it started. But I had in my mind, like, what's the most intense thing that I could imagine? And at first it was blasting through the desert on a Humvee, like manning a machine gun. I thought that's like a level of intensity that I've never experienced and hopefully never will, but that's kind of just, I felt that sort of adrenaline. And then I thought what's even more intense than that would be to be shot up into outer space while being dosed with acid. So, that was like, that combination was the most intense thing I could think of. And so then we sat down and started, I went in the vocal booth and I just started, dooba-dabba, just started throwing out spaceship and machine guns and blah, blah, blah. And then kind of took this little recording and found some words and then sat down with John and Scott and we kind of crafted this song. And so that's how it came about. So here we go. It's called KMAG YOYO. It means kiss my ass, guys. You're on your own. Oh, well, my daddy joined the Air Force, said it was a good source of danger-loving money, but it only led to divorce. Ended up in Abilene, working at a Dairy Queen. Put me in the Army on the Teddy down to 17. Here I am standing in the desert with a gun. Thought of going AWOL, but I'm too afraid to run. So I got myself a new plan, stealing from the Taliban. Make a little money, turning poppies into heroin. Sergeant didn't like it, so they put me in a hole. Said it's easy shooting when they don't know where to go. Threw me on a lily pad, sent me home to no rat. I knew I'd be in trouble, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. Oh, well, a stranger wearing all black met me on the tarmac. I told him I was sorry, but I ain't ever going back. He said, you ain't no trouble, son. Learn to fight without a gun. A new assignment, man, you're working for the Pentagon. Gonna take a trip, you wouldn't tell me what it's for. You gotta serve your country, gonna help us win the war. MIT, PhDs, not and take the test of me. Ain't what I was thinking, but I'm being all that I can be. I ain't no genius, but I knew it wasn't right. Uppers in the morning and the LST at night. Send me up to deep space, help I'm win the arms race. Well, I'm the almighty, but the stuff has got a funny taste. I think I hear the countdown 100 feet above the ground. Told me when I'm leaving, but nothing about it coming down. Sitting on a bad dream, 1,000 tons of gasoline. Ain't leaving nothing but some rubber in my slipstream. Mama always said, be aiming for the moon. She never would've guessed I'd be passing by soon. How the hell I get here, blasting through the atmosphere. Dropped up like a booster and I'm shifting into high gear. Boy on the system and a bottle on my knee. Armstrong ain't got nothing on me. Hey ho, here we go, KMAG YOYO. Someone wanna give me, gotta come up with a sun don't go. I see a bright light, something about it ain't right. I lay down in a spaceship, I woke up in a firefight. I'm tripping from the morphine, I came down in a bad scene. God don't let me die, I ain't even 19. I won't ever ask you over anything again. I swear it on the Bible, the Torah, Quran. I'm lying in a rhino track, about to have a heart attack. IED got to me, someone got the medevac. I need some facing after where it is I've been. Never gonna go and try and shoot a gun again. Slipping out the back door, gonna join the Peace Corps. Tell me I'm a hero now, someone else can fight this war. All right. There's a fellow that I know that is working on a screenplay for that movie. He's working on a screenplay for a movie inspired by that song.
That's cool.
It is cool, yeah. And he's already done. That's kind of been his thing that he's doing lately. Is he's taking songs that he likes and making movies out of them. And he already made one out of a Todd Snyder song. Just like the old times. It's a really cool movie. I've already seen it, so hopefully that'll be out sometime soon. And now his next one is KMAG YOYO. So I don't know if it's gonna ever get finished or what'll happen, but hopefully it will. I just think that's really neat. It's fun to just think these little germs of ideas that you have can turn into something bigger. So we'll see. Okay, well we got a lot of songs left. Let's see how we doing. How is everybody? It's 7:43. All right, let's do one or two more, and then we'll take a little magic break. I can refill my drink. All right, Scully836 requests, I don't want to grow up. It's been my favorite forever. Adulting is hard, and especially in the last year or so for so many. Thanks. You're right. Adulting is hard. In some ways, it's actually quite easy. It's much easier than being a kid, and in some ways, it's way harder than being a kid. And then Driving Disco also requested I Don't Want to Grow Up. So, here we go. This is a Tom Waits tune that I recorded on my third record. And I just love this song so much. So, let's do it. Let's go down a half step just to protect ourselves. Okay. So E flat. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, when I'm lying in my bed at night, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, nothing ever seems to turn out right, and I don't wanna grow up. How do you move in a world of fog that's always changing things? It makes me wish that I could be a dog. Well, when I see the price you pay, I don't wanna grow up, and I don't ever wanna be that way, and I don't wanna grow up. It seems like folks turn into things that they never want. The only thing to live for is to take. I'm gonna put a hole in my TV set, and I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, gonna open up the medicine chest, and I don't wanna grow up. I don't wanna have to shout it out. I don't want my hair to fall out. I don't wanna be filled with doubt. I don't wanna be a good Boy Scout. I don't wanna have to learn to count. I don't wanna have the biggest amount. I don't wanna grow up. Well, when I see my parents fight, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they all go out drinking all night, and I don't wanna grow up. I'd rather stay here in my room, nothing out there but sad and gloom. I don't wanna live in a big old tomb on Grass Street. Ah, when I see the 5 o'clock news, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they comb their hair and they shine their shoes, and I don't wanna grow up. I'd rather stick around the old hometown. I don't wanna put no money down. I don't wanna give me a big old loan. Work them fingers to the bone. I don't wanna learn to float a broom. Fall in love, get married, then boom. How the hell I get here so soon? I don't wanna grow up. No. All right, the great Tom Waits. It's one of my favorites. All right, Mary Lynn says, bought a ticket for you in Adam's live stream, Yahoo. I just Googled City Winery Nashville. All right, that's the way to do it. So everybody, that is going to be a good one. I can't remember, it's April
17th?
17th, is that right? Okay,
Right.
coming up. My first club show in 6 months, 7 months. I'm going to do a little festival down in Florida called Word of South. It's like a literary festival with some music thrown in. And then I'm doing another festival down in Florida, Key West, the Mile Zero Festival. And let's see. Yeah, and we just announced May 14th, the Nutty Brown in Austin. Bringing the family for some live music. Awesome. Yeah, those tickets go on sale in a couple days, I think. City Winery tickets are already on sale here in Nashville, but we're also doing a mandolin, so it's a live stream thing that you can watch. That's going to be a really great camera stuff. Great camera stuff. Whatever. they've got like 3 cameras and great sound, and they do a really good job with it. So I think you can. On the City Winery site, you can purchase that if you want to watch a show from home. With a live audience will be there, which will be different from this. So, okay, you qualify for the vaccine. You are frontline. Well, that's what I told them. That and that I weigh 600 pounds and I'm 84 years old, and that's what I told them. And they said, "Come on in." And then I'm a nurse. and that I work in a retirement home. And
You have horrible asthma.
and I have terrible asthma. And they said, okay, come on. So I got my first shot. Adam got his first
I
shot.
got my first shot too.
Allison got her one and only shot. She got the Johnson & Johnson. So anyway, we're feeling good, getting ready to head back out into the world. All right, let's get back to it here. That was a good request. Next up, Kate 7 Charlotte requests Drunken Poet's Dream. I totally get this song. It epitomizes my early 20s, living as a drunken and stoned poet. I'm grateful you captured what that lifestyle feels like. Our previous requester said, ultimately the song that hooked me when I saw you the very first time opening for Drive-By Truckers at Stubbs in Austin was Drunken Poet's Dream with the full band. I knew then you were something special. Thanks, man. Well, that's cool. That's a fun memory. I remember playing with the Drive-By Truckers in Austin at Stubbs. That was a fun night. It was a rock show. And then Zim Zammy Zammy says, one of the big hits, like Beaumont or Drunken Poet's Dream. Well, let's do both. We'll start with Drunken Poets here. I think this harmonica is like up a step. Let's see what happens.
B.
Huh?
That's B.
That's B. All right. Hang on to your jock straps. This may get interesting here. Let's see. Well, I got a woman, she's wild as rum. She likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on the telephone wire. Wine bottles scatter like last night's clothes. Cigarettes, papers, and diamond notes. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She says, you be the center, honey, I be the sin. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean. A drunken poet's dream. I believe my harp has got a busted reed, while my lips are chapped and about to bleed. Yeah, she tastes like pills and cheap cologne, and she tells me I don't ever drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor, a few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day, 'cause dying to get to heaven just ain't our way. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean. A drunken poet's dream. Change the key, change the words, change everything. Well, I got a woman, she's wild as Rome. She likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. And she crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and then lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses Well, that's sort of how it goes.
That was some Dylan stuff.
Some Dylan stuff?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The part where I just totally do something that nobody else has ever heard or expects.
You're feeling it.
All right, how we doing, everybody? How we doing? All right. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. We have some more requests. We're going to keep on moving. I mean, I still have this many pages left. I don't know if you can see that. So I don't know how far we're going to get, but I'm going to try and do my best to get through some more. All right. Beaumont, from my husband. Listening to your music together makes everything a little easier. Thank you. That's from Schmilaniak on Instagram. I'm sorry, these names, I'm really struggling with everybody's names tonight. I don't know if I'm having a hard time reading or if y'all's names are just getting weirder and weirder as the pandemic goes on. Bob Lloyd says, Sue was a very good friend of mine. She passed away recently after a long battle with lung disease. She was born and raised in Beaumont, so that is my favorite song of yours because it always reminds me of Sue. Well, Bob, I'm sorry to hear about Sue's passing, and we will play this song for her. All right, here we go. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. All the night was feeling lucky, and so I asked you to dance. And the way you looked up at me made me think I had a chance. But when I put my arms around you, I knew you weren't giving in. And I hope it will be different if I pass this way again. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. Well, I walked the road to get here with a guitar in a case. And I'd have stopped in Pasadena if I'd have known about this place. But you looks like forever where the water meets the shore. I've been thinking about you, baby. I can't do that anymore. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. Yeah, all the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. All right, let's pursue. let's keep on moving here. Somebody told me to take a drink, and I think I will. Sorry, I was trying to talk while swallowing my whiskey. Adam, they've requested a song that we wrote. This is
WPF?
That's right, WPF.
WPF, actually.
For those of y'all who don't know, it stands for Wild Pointy Finger. Here.
Hayes, you are literally the only human being on earth that I could have written this song with. It's amazing. We were sitting around my backyard, and I said, man, I got this idea in my notes. It's called Wild Pointy Finger.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of, in your way, just very calmly were like, yeah, what's that about? You were just chill about it. And I was like, most people would be like, oh, that's good. Next.
Well, you already had you had the music and
the title.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
We wrote that pretty quick.
Yeah. You fiddled with the verses a bit, but yeah, the basic thing was there.
We got a pretty good start on it that day, and then knocked it out pretty quickly after that. Okay, I can talk again now. Sorry, that whiskey was. Woo. All right. L. Stevenson, 2013, requests Wild Pointy Finger. This song makes me smile. And trust me, we all need a reason to smile each and every day. Plus, it sort of makes my finger move to the music.
It's working.
It's working. Working.
It's twerking.
Twerking. Maddie G asks, is Wild Pointy Finger about a wiener? Come on, Maddie. Get
your mind out of this.
This is a family show. No, it is not a euphemism. I know it sounds like it. It's about judgmental people. About people who go around pointing their finger at everybody else. Look at them. Let's see. Bill Thoinis, I just give up. Says, I'm looking forward to tonight's all request show. Since I first discovered your music a few years ago, I've been intrigued by your lyrics. They are cerebral and organic, and deal more with life than love. They can paint sweeping vignettes or convey beauty. This is like my bio. This is great. Or convey beauty in simple, mundane, and small moments. While many of your songs can gently help the listener look at the darker parts of life, I also love the funny songs. In fact, they can tell us a lot about ourselves as well. If you have time, please play Wild Pointy Finger. Such great lyrics. Well, geez, Bill, I'm going to use that in my press kit. That's very nice. And then Paul Preble says, how about Wild Pointy Finger? Haven't heard that one in a while. Okay, Paul, Bill, and L. Stevenson, 2013. Y'all all get your request. That's what happens here. Let's see. And it's okay, Maddie. I was just joking. All right. Here we go. One while you're at home you can dance along to. You just take your index finger and just point at people. My wild pointy finger, it wags and it wiggles. It's always serious, it never giggles. And even when the rest of me is trying to get some sleep, my wild pointy finger is out on the creep. I got a wild pointy finger. It points at the theater and accomplishments of man. It points at all the problems that it don't understand. It points at Parisians across the sea. It points at anybody who thinks different than me. If you're marching to your own drum or kneeling in the news, pointing right at you. I got a wild pointy finger. I got a wild pointy finger. I bought a black glove just to keep it hidden. I figured pointed finger wouldn't know what it's missing. I went for a walk on a crowded street, and it just kept pointing at everybody it meets. If I had a finger sitter, I'd leave him at home, 'cause my wild pointed finger's got a mind of his own. I got a wild pointed finger. I got a wild pointed finger. I got a wild pointed finger. It's like most other people. I can hold the church, but I can't hold the steeple. And none of them stand up and do exactly what I say, but the one by the thumb, it just points all day. If I had a finger sitter, I'd leave him on the side. I can't be a poet, and I can't be a star. I've got no eye for beauty, and I never learned guitar. You'll just be disappointed if you're waiting around to see, 'cause my wild pointed fingers never pointing back at me. I got a wild pointed finger. I got a wild got an extra verse and everything. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do real quick. I think we lost 50 people during that song, so some people may not have been able to like handle the truth. You know, it's too much for them. Like they saw themselves in that judgmental person. It's okay. I see myself in it. Kind of wrote it about ourselves. Let's see. Patty says, we love you, Adam, and love your voice.
Well, thank you.
Adam has a great voice. He keeps it covered up, but I quite like it. All right, let's see. We're going to do a quick magic trick, and then we will be back. Thank you, everybody. Let's see if I can figure out where that is. Bam. And, all right, here's Eli's number 2 magic trick. I like this one. It's cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you caught it the first part. I'm just gonna play the beginning once again because that's the trick. Is it's like folded over, and then. Okay.
Perfect.
Adam thinks he knows what Eli's doing. I'm not so sure. All right. Eli got excited this week. He sent us 4 magic tricks. Normally only sends 2. All right. Next up. I hope y'all are doing okay, hanging in there on this Tuesday night. This is episode, I think, 47. Do you remember, Adam?
Sounds right.
48. 47 or 48. Might be 48. Gavin Cooper says, Sake of the Song was the first of your songs that really resonated with me. It gets to the essence and inherent worthiness of writing and creating music, which remains untarnished, even on those nights one might find oneself playing to an empty room. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate that. Marilyn Winger says, I've listened to almost every episode because I miss seeing live music. Requesting for the sake of the song. Thanks. And what I would give for a Tuesday night at the Saxon Pub. The Saxon Pub is a bar in Austin, Texas that I used to play at a lot. And I actually think I had a show called Enough Rope, and I think that was on Tuesday nights. It was a live stream 5 years ago, back before all this stuff happened. I was doing these things. I was ahead of my time. I just didn't realize it.
Wait.
I just didn't know if you could put the tip jar out. Because I was losing money to do it. And now, I don't think they had Venmo or PayPal back then, though. Okay, so Gavin and Marilyn, thank you for the request. And yes, I would love to play that song for you. So. If you're nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, or Delta blues, tell your truth however you choose and do it all for the sake of the song. Yeah, hitchhiking, bus riding, rental cars, living rooms, coffee houses, rundown bars, 10,000 people all alone under the stars. It's all for the sake of the song. And there's a man who wrote your cheating heart. Now he's lying through his tooth, and he plays it on a stolen harp that soaked in 100 proof. And there's the one who might be happy, but for the writer's curse, she lost the crowd's attention by the 42nd verse. And it's a traveling salesman, the girl next door, from that empty room to the third encore. Less is less until more is more, and it's all for the sake of the song. Yeah. The son of some well-known, and his father bought the tour bus so he could strike out on his own. And there's the brooding contradiction, yeah, he's holding Van Gogh's ear, and he's taped it to his guitar, and the whole roots, and it's all for the sake of the song. Yeah. There's a legend, it is the best that's ever been. And there's the voice of a generation who won't pass this way again. And there's record deals and train seals and puppets on a string. And we're all just trying to figure out what makes the caged bird sing. It's lights, camera, on with the show. Lifetime to get ready, now go, can't go. Oh, where it all ends, nobody knows, but it's all for the sake of the song. So if you're nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, or Delta blues, but tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song. All right, that's one I wrote with Daryl Scott a while back.
One of my faves.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, you know what? Somebody else requested that. Candace Kirchner. It said, I had never listened to you until I heard For the Sake of the Song on New Braunfels 92.1 a couple years ago. That's one of the greatest radio stations in the whole country. 92.1. My friend Madsen Rayner runs it. KMBT, and it's won Americana Radio Station of the Year at least once, and it's just very special, as is that whole area. Anyway, a couple years ago, and was like, who the hell is that? This song is amazing, and I've seen you at Green Hall since then, and totally fell in love with your music from that moment forward. Late to the game, I know, but at least I'm here. Thank you, Candace. I hope you enjoyed that. Speaking of Green Hall, I have 2 shows at Green Hall. I don't think they're on sale yet, but this August, I'm going to be playing a couple shows out there, and that's a really fun gig. Very iconic venue. Okay, here we go. Help Me Remember. You and Josh Morningstar penned a very touching song in this one. I hope it's on your upcoming album. It is. As soon as I approach my 68th birthday, this song causes me to ask myself the same questions about the choices I made in my life. If the things I did were meaningful to others, or if my choices were selfish. One of your best songs ever. Well, thank you. REAUXDOM. I really appreciate that. I'm very proud of this song. Julia Waldron Gibbons says, I've lost 14 aunts and uncles and my dad to this also. Now the cousins are getting it. Very sad. She also requests Help Me Remember. Julia, I'm sorry. That's a lot of loss. Alright, we're going to try this, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to see if I have my lyrics here, because sometimes this, I forget a couple of lyrics here. And if you're just joining us, this is episode 48 of Alone Together Tuesdays. We had some technical issues, so we started the show over. This is not our usual setup, but it's what we got, and hopefully it is working. Back behind me here is Adam Landry. He plays guitar with us pretty regularly. And yeah. Let's see, there's a whole crew in California that love Wild Pointy Finger. Well, I'm glad to see that. Let's see. Eli should watch the Netflix one-man show about the card trick and close-up magic. Actor guy Colbert produced it. Yeah, he has watched. I actually took him to see that in New York. I'm forgetting the guy's name, but he had a one-man show in New York, and we went to see it. It was amazing. And now there's a video on Netflix or Hulu. I don't know. Delgado, Dan Delgado, Dave Delgado, something like that. It's really cool, really amazing. Okay, all right. So here we go. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna try this song here. It's about dementia, Alzheimer's, and the terrible pain of people going through that. The leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn. The same shades as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword resting on the arm of this chair. And for the life of me, I can't recall if I'm the one who left it there. It feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room. And at first I don't recognize you till I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand. I say, baby, I'm scared and I'm not sure I know who I am. Can you help me remember who it is that I used to be? Can you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams? And did I try to stand for something? Or would I always fold? Did I do things when I was young to be proud of when I was old? Was I a house on fire? Or was I just a slow burning end? I need you to help me remember. This ring on my finger is golden, faded and warm, like it was forged in the fires of love and has weathered the storms. And I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall, but they're just faces and places that I don't know at all. Can you help me remember? I feel like I'm losing my mind. And I know there's a story, but it's getting harder to find. Did I protect my children? Stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? And what did I try to make a difference? Or just not give a damn? Was I believe in God and His plan? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember. Okay, well, let's keep it going here. Still got a few pages left. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to make all these, but I really appreciate everybody sending in your requests. I'm trying to get to as many as I can. So thank you. This is our most popular song. We had 6, 7, 8 requests for this song. So let's see. This will take up at least one page. Bo Ash requests Girl Downtown. Please, when my now 13-year-old daughter was little, and back when people used to listen to CDs, my wife would always have the Trouble in Mind CD on in the car. So my daughter learned every word to every song on that album. Thankfully, her favorite song she learned was Girl Downtown and not She Left Me for Jesus. Yes, I'm thankful for that. Well, thank you, Bo. That's a really sweet thing to share. I appreciate that. Rob Petsky says, Hi, Hayes. I'm requesting Girl Downtown for my wife. I first saw you at Shuba's in Chicago on the Trouble in Mind tour. Alone. Yeah, boy, I remember that. Shuba's. I played there many times. I knew immediately my wife would love you, and I took her next time you played here. She hasn't missed a show in the Chicago area since. Thanks for all the Tuesday night gigs. Ron, thank you very much, and thank you to your wife. Kathy Lean says, I would like to hear Girl Downtown. My daughter has AML, and her name is Katie. Please dedicate it to my daughter, Katie. Katie, we're going to send this song out to you. But we've just got a few other people who are requesting it. I can't tune in due to timing, but for a fun story, Girl Downtown was the song that soothed our screaming firstborn baby every damn time. And for that, we refer to you fondly in our house as Uncle Hayes. I love it. That makes me happy. It makes me happy. You know, when I was a teenager, aspiring singer-songwriter and dreaming of my heroes and just rolling down the road with Willie and Waylon and John Prine and getting stoned and drinking and doing whatever they did, I didn't think that it would bring me joy to know that infants were falling asleep to my music. But now, as a 45-year-old, I really appreciate that. So, let's see. Insta XOX Kiki says, Girl Downtown is very special to our family and our Katie. And then on Instagram, Chris Lukey says, we request Girl Downtown for our daughter, Katie, who gets to go back to face-to-face teaching 9th grade environmental science in Brooklyn. She will be tuning in. All right, Katie. And then Jeremy says, Hayes, I would love to hear Girl Downtown. It always reminds me to appreciate the little things in life, like walking around town, enjoying interesting people, and the joy of getting ketchup on your clothes. I'm new to Tuesdays, but I have now watched them all. Thanks, Hayes. Wow, Jeremy, that's a lot of shows to watch. I appreciate that. And Zuka Blue says, I have been a fan of yours since the early acoustic tavern days on Galveston Island. So I freaked out when I heard you were going to play at the Green Frog Acoustic Tavern in Bellingham, Washington in 2010, where I had moved and still live. I invited everyone I knew at the time. My bestie and her husband met at that show. He came with a guy I had just started dating, so my date wouldn't be solo in a sea of my friends, but had never heard you before. She knew you semi-well because I played you often and was also excited to see you live. Needless to say, the night went well for those two people in attendance. Girl Downtown was played that night and is one of 20 songs that they put on their shared wedding mixtape souvenir. I always think of them every time it's played, so I hope you consider playing it this last Tuesday in March 2021. That was a lot of requests, and they were all beautiful and special, and they warm my heart, and they make me feel like life is worth living. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate that. I'm going to dedicate this to all you, and in particular, all the Katies. Here we go. Adam, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Warm up your fingers, because this is going to be a hot one. Oh, I need a tune. Sorry. I got all the expectations up, and then... I think our record for longest show is like 3 hours and 20 minutes. And I don't know if we're going to beat it tonight or not, but we're going to get close. Alright, here we go. Well, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and a ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Well, there's a boy outside, standing in the rain. Hands are in his pockets, he's wondering why he came. He's a real nice boy, he's slower than the fall, and the girls call him Billy, if they're calling him at all. And who knows, Billy, maybe you could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. And Billy walked inside, he ordered up a drink. He started getting nervous and wondered what she'd think. She thought he looked nice, a little rough around the seams, but just the kind of boy who could listen to her dreams. And who knows, Katie, maybe he could be the one. There we go. Took a little walk, and Katie held his hand, and Billy even talked. They sat by the pond, they didn't make a sound. That night felt easy as the moon came down. And who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. And Billy walked, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets and a ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl, she's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe we could be the one. Yeah, who knows, Katie, maybe we could be the one. Oh, who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. All right. Maybe we could. Maybe.
Some distant memory is telling me my ex-wife sang on that song with you.
Gee, that's right. Your ex-wife did sing this.
I literally just had this like flash. I was like, Carrie sang on that song.
She did. She was amazing on that.
Yeah.
So Adam's ex-wife is named Carrie Katsianis.
Yeah.
And the producer, Brad Jones, brought her in to sing. And she sang on It's a Shame, I think, and on Girl Downtown. And she has such a remarkably cute voice.
Very unique.
And she would laugh. She was in this recording booth, and we just recorded her. She didn't know we were recording her. I don't know if this breaks some sort of like trust issue when you're in the studio, but she was in there and we were talking to her, and we were just trying to make her laugh because she had this just very adorable laugh, and it really fit with this character. And so at some point in there, like I think during the baritone guitar solo, you hear a girl laughing, and that's Carrie Katsianis. So I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah. So okay. Well, let's see. Let's keep it going here. It's kind of running on steam here. Fumes. All right, we have several requests for Bad Liver and a Broken Heart. Original Artist Agency requested it. They said, I've relocated from Oklahoma and I miss those Indian summers and sunsets. Colorado is gorgeous, but standing on the Blue Door patio, too tired to sleep, is a sublime experience that I miss greatly. Jeffrey Bailey requests Bad Liver and a Broken Heart. And Maggie Schott requests Bad Liver and a Broken Heart and says, I saw you play at the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle. And then you came to Spokane and played at our favorite venue, which is now closed, called the Bartlett. This song resonated right away. I love the clever honesty in the lyrics. Your weekly shows have made the last 12 months more tolerable and have kept some music in my day-to-day life. Thank you. Maggie, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for these requests. And this is a song my pal Scott Nolan actually wrote. And I heard it around a campfire one night and fell in love with it and made a rock song out of it. But now I do it the way he does it, all stripped down and slow like. We're gonna do it in B because
B is the
it's just Tuesday night. And let's try some different keys.
B is in bad.
Hold on one second. All right. Arkansas, my head hurts. Yeah, I'd love to stick around and maybe make it worse. But I got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love is like tornado weather. And this girl's like her to keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken Indian summer, Oklahoma sunset. If there's a nicer place, I hadn't been there yet. I'm standing outside of the Blue Door, too tired for sleep and too drunk for more. And it's nights like these, they keep me trying. Woman always knows when her man is lying. It ain't me, I'm just playing the part, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken I'm gonna get old before I'm any good at this. Who's the president? What year is this? letting anybody speak about truth anymore. Maybe that's what songs are for. You're the wind and I'm on fire. In this line of work no one retires. Come in clean, leave torn apart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken. All right, this harmonica is kind of getting sideways. I'm trying to make it work. All right, let's see. How we doing, everybody? All okay? I see 3 chords in the truth. That's actually 2 chords in the truth. I'm not mistaken. Is there a 3rd chord in that song?
No.
2 chords.
Dose.
Duh chords. All right, let's see. Okay. I hope y'all are doing okay. Hope you had a good week. Looks like things are starting to get a little better around the world, particularly here in the States. And as far as the pandemic and being able to go out in public and stuff. And I'm optimistic. I am. So, but I'm glad we still have these nights together, these Tuesdays. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, whether this is your first show or your 47th. I'm glad you're here. So, cheers. Here's to you. Okay, let's see. What else we got? That was Bad Liver. Alright, Joseph Vasquez asked for If It Was Up to Me. He says, I just simply love that song. And so a lot of y'all might not recognize that because it's a song that's not out yet. And I played it once live, I think, or maybe twice, just on these live streams. And I actually just released it today on Patreon. Just me singing it. And it'll be on my next record. But I'd like to play it here. So this is a new one called If It Was Up to Me. Let's see, it was good in C, I think. If it was up to me, the fish would all be black. The words would not need writing, they just fall out of my pen. If it was up to me, my bank account would have more zeros. I'd be friends with all my heroes, and they call me now and then. If it was up to me, I'd live out by the sea and order extra rum with every single drink. I'd let it and the waves drown in memory. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, we'd all be driving 80. I'd be living like they paid me instead of working to get paid. If it was up to me, my mistakes would not outlive me, and and everyone could just forgive me for all the ones I've made. If it was up to me, I'd have my own money tree, and I'd buy all the things that I don't really need, and they'd help me not to think about how we used to be. If it was up to me. If it was up to me, the Stros would win the season, and I'd have every reason to go out and paint the town. If it was up to me, this life would be so easy. Everyone would aim to please me, and they'd never let me down. If it was up to me, I'd have no enemies, and I'd receive the grace I need without apology. And no one that I love would ever have to leave. If it was up to me, but it's not up to me. All right, brand new, hot off the presses song there. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Fam Tree Nut request. It says, I have always related to Easy Come, Easy Go. Plus, it's one of the best written songs I've heard that stood the test of time. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then Dallas Larson also requests Easy Come, Easy Go. So let's try it. Let's try it here. With my back, I'm not sure how much longer I can sit here. It's tough. It's tough, you know, sitting in a chair for hours at a day. Oh. I don't know if y'all noticed, I did a wardrobe change between the first set and the second set. Because it's hot in here. Not to bitch too much about how hard my life is, because my life is wonderful. I'm very, very fortunate. But we can't run the air conditioning because the microphones are very sensitive. And anyway, so it's just a whole thing. It was getting very hot. All right, let's see. What did I say I was going to do? Easy Come, Easy Go. All right, this is one of the first songs that I ever wrote. I was staying up late one night in college trying to finish a paper, and in between I would take breaks and I would work on this song. And the song ended up being longer than the paper. And I certainly got a lot more mileage out of it. It was like this, E flat. Jamie was a barmaid at the underground long rail. It seemed like every Friday evening that she'd find herself in jail. But not a friend this side of Houston, with the time to throw her bail. But she'll be fine. But she'll be fine. Spent a lifetime walking through the walls of a broken home. Not a man around here still standing for the girl to call her own. Every time she tried to hold him, she just ended up alone. But there's still time. There's still time. drove a taxi through the streets of Boston town. Like the billboards up above him, his whole world just wore him down. Only soul he'd ever cared for was the one he'd never found. But he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. A broken half of winter with a wind chill 10 below. David's sitting in his kitchen laughing about how the world had done him so. But when the postman burst his bubble, or with a letter from below, and now it's time, and now it's time. There's a lot of people running around, but not quite sure which way to go. But as for me, well, I think I finally found it's just easy come and easy go. Jamie grabbed a bottle, threw her apron on the bar, packed her whole world in a suitcase, and then tossed it in the car. Woke up in Texarkana, I wondered how she got this far, and on her own, and on her own. Stranger at the motel, let Jamie stay for free. She was gone before the daybreak, on her ways to Tennessee, looking to make the whole world over, and to a place she wants to be, but not alone, but not alone. And David left his taxi in the bottom of a Beantown lake, said this whole world's full of chances, and this is one I gotta take, and so he caught the line to Nashville to finally find this break and make a home, and make a home. His train flew out of Boston, his whole world passed him by. He said, I've spent a lifetime running, and now's my time to try. If I can't find someone to hold me, all my dreams will surely die, and I'll be gone. Yeah, I'll be gone. And there's a lot of people running around, not quite sure which way to go. But as for me, I believe I'll finally find it's just easy come and easy go. When Davey hit the pavement, the sky was almost gray. He let smoke off the sidewalk and drive the storm away. And when Jamie turned the corner, with the world upon her brow, Davy said, I must be dreaming. How could this happen now? And then she walked right toward him, looked him right up in the eye. Davy reached out for forever, and Jamie walked on by. And there's a lot of people running around, and not quite sure which way to go. But as for me, I do believe I finally found it's just easy come and easy go. Oh, it's easy come and easy go. Sorry, the comments froze on this page right after I was complaining about my back, and people have very little sympathy for me, and it cracks me up. Cracks me up. My friend Carrie Welton says, I wish I could give you a hug right now. Ron Bain says, that's a first world problem. Yes, it's very first world. It's 1% of first world problem. But it's still, our problems are our problems. I can't. It could always be worse, certainly, but it could be better too.
Mm-hmm.
I could have a comfortable chair and a camera that worked, and better songs and nicer microphone. Let's see. Donna Oliver says, "Stand up and groove out, Hayes." Yeah, that won't be happening tonight. I appreciate the advice, but yeah. All right, let's see. Jim Ray Cobb says, "Thanks, Hayes. We've been here all 47 Sundays." Well, Jim Ray, that's amazing, and I really appreciate that. All right. Yeah. Okay, one more time. That's Adam Landry back there. And hey, we got to give a big hand to Callan. Callan runs this show for me. She's kind of, yeah, she's all I got. Like to kind of help keep the train on the tracks here, and I've just been giving her more and more responsibilities. So this week, she went through and she printed out all of these requests. There's 14 pages, 16 pages of requests. Because in the past, y'all been watching the show, you saw, like, I used to take them and I'd print them out and copy them and cut them into whatever. It was a nightmare. It was a mess. And so she helps do that and does giveaways and keeps track of everybody and helps me get all the postcards and the set list signed up and everything. So I'm very grateful to Callan for all of her hard work. I hate to think how challenging this would be without Callan. So y'all send her some love. Okay. Let's see. Swaggy Buzz 2020 requests "She Left Me for Jesus" is a song I've been entertaining my troops and groups with for years, and it always slays. I've seen you in concert 6 or 7 times, and I've never heard you play it, and I've always wondered if there's a reason for that. And Marcia Hayes requests "She Left Me for Jesus." Thank you from a devoted fan. Swaggy Buzz 2020. Yeah, I guess there is a reason. I mean, when I first wrote it, I wrote it with my friend Brian Keene, and I think I had fun writing it, and I'm not like, I think it's a clever song, and it has a point, one that I was trying to make, and I think we did it well. But I was very worried, certainly early on in my career when that came out, of being sort of stereotyped or pigeonholed as this kind of, as just a gimmick songwriter. And I'd seen that happen to some really talented people, and I had friends who had that happen to them, and I saw firsthand how much that bothered them, and that was not where I wanted to end up. So if you'll notice on my Trouble in Mind record, there's 14 songs on the record. I put it 14th on the thing. Because I wanted people to hear this is back when people used to listen to records. I wanted people to hear the other 13 songs, and then they could decide, hopefully recognize that I was about more than just this kind of joke song. And then I started playing it some, and I enjoyed it. It was fun to see the reaction. But I went through this period of time where I noticed people were getting excited about it, and not in ways that I had intended them to. It felt like people were waiting until I was saying certain lines because it was like it gave them a green light to shout out their favorite slur. And that's a really weird feeling, and to feel like I'm enabling that. The song was aimed at people who were type of people that would call themselves Christians but would beat up Jesus if he walked into a bar because of the way he looked or acted, and people whose actual principles don't align with the religious principles that they maybe claim to adhere to. And so when I recognized that some audiences were just waiting for a chance to shout out certain lines in a really negative context, it really freaked me out. And so I retired the song for a while. So I don't play it a ton, but I'll go ahead and play it now. I still think it's fun, and hopefully people get it, you know, in the context that it was intended. So we'll do this here. We've been dating since high school. We never once left this town. We used to go out on the weekends. We drink till we drown. But now she's acting funny, and I don't understand. I've been something. Hold on. And I don't understand. I think that she's found her. Sorry. I love when. Not only do I not remember the word, but I don't even remember any words. I just start going dirt, and thinking that's gonna work, and I'm just gonna like magically pick up on the other side of that. And that time I just had to stop myself and call it. Say y'all deserve better than that. Y'all been sitting here for 3.5 hours, and you know you're gonna get the actual words. So I think that she's found her some other man. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I know peace at last. But if I ever find Jesus, I'm a kicking his ass. She showed me a picture. All I could do was stare at that freak in his sandals, all with his long, pretty hair. They must think that I'm stupid, or that I don't have a clue. Well, I bet he's a commie, or probably even a Jew. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I know peace at last. But if I ever find Jesus, I'm a kick in his ass. Whoa! Up a whiskey, and now she's taking up wine. But she prays for his troubles, has forgotten all about mine. But it's okay, I'm gonna get even. I can't handle the shame. Why, the last time we made love, she even called out his name. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? And she says I should find him, and I'll know peace at last. But if I ever find Jesus, I'm a kick in his ass. Could have been Carlos, or even Billy Ortiz. But if I ever find Jesus, he's gonna wish he were dead. Oh, man. There you have it. There you have it. The song that Jerry Falwell Jr. got mad at me about. And look at him now.
That's an honor.
Cracks me up. Cracks me up. I should have dedicated Wild Pointy Finger to him. Okay, well, let's see. Moving on here. I don't know, man. We might get there. We might get there. All right. Kelly Patrick Young requests "Wild as a Turkey" and dedicated on behalf of Megan and myself to our neighbors Tom and Jen, who we force to listen to AT&T. That's Alone Together Tuesday, the show you're currently watching almost every week. I think they're coming around. The porch has certainly been rocking. I'm intrigued by force, the use of the word force. Like, what does that mean? You tie them up and like put the speaker right by their ears while they like, gag them so they scream for help but no one can hear them and they just have to listen to me ramble on while they cry? Or do you just say, hey guys, you're at our house and this is what we're watching? So I don't know. I'm curious how intense that is. Let's see. Also, G Myers 317 says, "Wild as a turkey because I feel wild as a turkey on a daily basis. I go through life wild as a turkey." I made up that part. "Higher than Christmas moon as well. Always empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon." This person's really relating to the lyrics here. About being high, about being broke, and about being wild. Ow! All right, let's play him a song. Here we go. You ready? Well, I'm wild as a turkey, higher than a Christmas moon, empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I come around too fast and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? I come down from Memphis with a broken down Corvette, a suitcase full of memories and a face you won't forget. Oh, you say you'll never love me, but tonight ain't over yet. Yeah, I'm gonna change your mind. Oh girl, I've been a gambler since the age of 21. I've seen my share of trouble and the wrong end of a gun. And this whole world's out to get me just cause I have my fun. Everything ain't gonna slow me anyway. Right ain't right, babe, and left ain't always wrong. I'll bet you're tired of dancing to the same old song. You look like an angel in a place you don't belong, and I'm gonna take you away. Cause this place is closing, that don't mean it's time for bed. Oh, we don't need no sleep, girl, we'll get plenty when we're dead. You can leave these fools behind you now and come with me instead. Oh, I'm gonna show you time. I'm wild as a turkey, higher than a Christmas moon, empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. But I come around too fast and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? Oh, ain't that what they all say? Ain't that what they all say?
Wow.
Wow. Okay. All right, let's see. Some of the comments here. I'm not even going to read this one, but it's cracked me up. All right, everybody. Oh, there you are. There's Kelly Patrick Young. You got your neighbors tied up. They're let's see. Oh, you know what I missed? There was another request for that song. Would love to hear ACTV Sessini, whatever. Would love to hear Wild as a Turkey. I'll never forget hearing that on a drive out west in northwest Colorado with one of my best friends who's now passed. Great memories and one of my favorites of many you've put out. Well, thank you. That's a very sweet memory, and I really appreciate. That just really gets me to know that people share memories with loved ones or great friends based around these songs. It just means a whole lot to me, so I really appreciate it. All right, well, sorry, we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. I always hate leaving people out. I'm gonna sing a couple more and then we're gonna call it a night here, but this is Betsy Farrell has left a really long message, but I'm gonna read it because, well, I appreciate her leaving a long message, and it also just really touched me. She said, "I'll try and keep this short, but that's not my strong suit." Betsy, I relate. At least twice a day I say to make it short, or I'm gonna be brief, and then I realize I've never been brief or short about anything in my life. It drives my wife nuts. Even my therapist looks at me and he's like, you just talk a lot. He does. The other day he was just like, I was going on about something and he was like, I kind of lost you. Like about 10 minutes ago. You just kept at it.
I just get the time.
The time? Oh, yeah. All right, I'll try and keep this short, but that's not my strong suit. First, I have to thank you for showing up in my living room week after week. It's made all the difference during these crazy times. Now on to my request. I know it's not December, but I'd love to hear Grateful for Christmas. I am the youngest of 4 children, born to amazing parents. In the last 4 years, my nuclear family of 6 has been cut in half. My father died in 2017 at 93 years old. My mother died in 2018 at 92 years old. And my oldest brother died quite unexpectedly in 2020 at just 66 years old. Oh, and my dog died in 2019. What got me through all these tough losses was my family on the other side of the country, my Seattle family of the heart, which includes young children and all of the hope and promise that comes with youth. I've only been able to see them a few times a year, but I am moving from Atlanta to Seattle this summer to turn my attention to young life after years of caring for my aging parents. As I prepare to settle into my role as Grandma Betts, I find that Grateful for Christmas resonates with me. For the first time in several years, I wasn't able to be with the kids for Christmas last year, thanks COVID. But oh, how grateful I will be to have all of my friends and family here for the Christmases to come. Please tell Haley Powell Bagley and the kids that I'll be there soon. Well, Betsy, I really appreciate that. So we're going to send this out to you and to Haley Powell and the kids. It's a song I wrote about my family. And it was like this. Well, we'd all head to Waco for the birth of our Lord. My folks and my brother in an 82 Ford. We'd pull in the driveway filled up with cars, old aunts and old uncles. Lord, I see stars. And then we'd run to the kitchen, you know, kids and their games. Play fetch with old Buster, call each other names. Aunt Betty'd be singing while supper was cooking. We'd unwrap the gifts when no one was looking. Let's all gather round. Grandpa said the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kay, she burned the dressing. But we got all of our friends and family here, and I'm grateful for Christmas this year. This year we're in Houston. Let's all get together. Man, I almost saw snow. Can you believe this weather? Who's gonna be here? Uncle Frank can't make it. Since Pawpaw died, I don't know if Nana can take it. But this present's a sweater, and the pie don't taste right. Dad and the TV are starting to fight. I wish I had a drink, or maybe a dozen. Lord, what I'd give for one good-looking cousin. and let's all gather round. Dad, you say the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kay, she burned the dressing. But we got all of our friends and family here, and I'm grateful for Christmas this year. Hey Mom, how you doing? Yeah, I miss him too. Ah, the Christmas lights don't make your hair look blue. The cousins ain't coming. John's overseas, and my wife had somewhere she needed to be. But the ladies from the church said they might stop by, and I brought you this picture. Oh, Mama, don't cry. Let's play cards and talk on the past. I know, Mom, it goes by too fast. Let's all gather around. I guess I'll say the blessing. Aunt Jane, she fell asleep. Mary Kay forgot the dressing. But we got all of our friends and family here, and I'm grateful for Christmas this year. Yeah, I'm grateful for Christmas this year. I will be indeed. I did.
Man, that's amazing. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Really?
That's such a great song. Why is that not a massive country song? I'm dead serious. That's amazing, man.
Because it's a slow ballad about Waco and
Bullshit.
grandparents
It's a
and
great
death.
fucking song. Excuse my language.
So, well, thank you. I appreciate
Real
that.
good, dude.
Yeah, it's funny. I wrote that in a night. My friend Andy Langer down in Austin asked me to appear on the roof of this building in Austin years ago to sing a Christmas song. Like at the end of the news station during the holidays, they would show local Austin artists singing Christmas songs. And I was really struggling with my voice. I was having massive vocal issues. And also just, who wants to hear me singing Jingle Bells or whatever? And so I just thought, well, I'll write a song. I'll write my own thing. And so I wrote that. I spent my childhood, half the Christmases going to Waco, Texas, where my dad's family was from and lived. And then the other half staying at home in Houston, or just outside of Houston where I grew up. And people coming to us, my mom's side of the family. And so that's pretty much accurate, except my dad's still alive. I killed him off in the song. But anyway, but I like that one. I appreciate that.
Real good. Real good.
So I see a lot of people requesting songs. We've probably already played them. We've been through about 30 songs. You can watch on the YouTube replay. It'll come up as soon as the show's over, I think. You can go back and watch. And tomorrow I'll put a set list up so you can see what has been played. And if you contribute $30 or more to the show, I'll mail you a set list, a copy of a handwritten set list that looks something like this. Except it'll be much longer because there's a bunch of songs. And I'll also throw in the postcard and a sticker at $30. And if you contribute anything at all, 10 cents, I'll send you a postcard from tonight's show, which is this one. But as I've mentioned before, we have 23 other postcards. So if you want to go back and look at those, pick your favorite one. There's some pretty funny ones. We got some more on the way. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me put this back here so people know how to tip. And then I'm gonna... Let's see. I think we're getting towards the end here. Certainly close. All right. Gunnar Nelson, who I know is a regular on the show here, requests Richie Lee. The first time I saw you was at the Cedar Cultural Center in Minneapolis, which is normally a very dignified place to see music. But there was a group of drunk cowboys in the back, and one guy continuously yelled for Richie Lee, a song I did not know at the time. It was only afterwards, when I got Flowers and Liquor, that's my first record, that I realized he very closely identified with the song. Ever since, I have loved the song and felt bad for the guy. Lord help them, they know not what they do. They get drunk and holler at the shows. Yeah, this is a song I wrote about my good friend Richie Lee. And it's actually really kind of partly about my friend Kerry Weldon, who was watching the show earlier tonight. I don't know if he's still here, but Kerry Weldon just doesn't sing as well, and so I made him an alcoholic and killed him off, and yeah, here we are. Richie Lee was his father's boy, a big, loud, hard-drinking bundle of joy, a walking laugh wrapped up in corduroy. Richie couldn't do no wrong. He grew up with a fast-running crowd, good bunch of boys, just a little too loud. You can't fault a man for being proud. Richie kept rolling on. He spent his days with a rock and roll band and telling jokes, a guitar in his hand, and trying hard to meet every demand for all of them late night shows. A whiskey drunk on a Saturday night, she caught his eye coming out of the light. Halfway there he had to get in a fight, but back home that's just the way it goes. The strange days will leave you in wonder, and good times they don't always stay. It'll shake you like thunder, but old friends just fade away. Summertime on the river again, with fishing poles and a $2 grin. Man, I ain't ever gonna laugh like that again. We're falling right to the ground. We count the miles down to New Orleans and borrow cash and dirty blue jeans. A couple of boys looking for Cajun queens, thinking they own the town. But we all left to find work around. Yeah, even wild ones, they slowed down. And Richie felt like he was coming unwound. Got tired of playing the game. Liquor bottles piling up before noon. Richie said he just needed some room. We all saw the end coming way too soon, and man, that's an awful shame. And strange days will leave you in wonder, and good times they they don't always stay. And true love, it'll shake you like thunder. But old friends just fade away. Hey, old friends just fade away. All right. Well, everybody, it has been a treat and a pleasure and an honor and all the other good things. I want to thank Adam Landry one more time for playing music with me,
Thank you guys.
for hanging out in the doghouse here. And I want to thank Callan again for running the show and keeping track of everything and communicating with everybody. I want to thank Eli for sending magic tricks in. I wasn't able to get to all of them, but that just means we have more for next week. And most of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope I got to your request. If I didn't, I apologize. I know we probably had 20 that I wasn't able to get to, but we got a call tonight here. But I really, it means the world to me that we've been able to do this and that you guys have invested in it with your time. And I don't know where I would be or what I would have, what this year would have been without the support of the Alone Together family. So, and that's what I do feel like is a family. I mean, I don't necessarily want all 1,000 of you over for the holidays, but you know, I do feel like there's a connection, and I'm just very grateful. In all seriousness, I'm very grateful. So, and that's the key. I'll go back to my pal Ray Wiley Hubbard. The days I can keep my gratitude higher than my expectations are good days. And yeah, so I'm grateful for this, grateful for y'all. Is there going to be a 48? Yes. There will be a 48. Does it smell like a doghouse too? A little bit. It's probably a little funky in here right now. But
good.
Thanks, Adam and Hayes. You turned around a crap day 180 degrees. Well, thanks, Mark. I'm glad to hear that. Amber, hope to see you at Magnolia in Fort Worth soon. Motor Lounge. It's a fun joint. I love that place. Man, I love seeing all these comments. So I just really appreciate it, everybody. Canadian friends, I look forward to seeing y'all up there soon. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Be safe. Take care of each other. Treat each other with respect and love and kindness, and those things will come back to you. It's all make the world a better place. And that's all I got to say about that. So until next Tuesday, I love y'all. Take care. And adios. You know what? Let's let Eli do his last magic trick before we play the closing reel here. Let me see. What did he have? What did he have? All right. Bam. That was pretty good, right? I like that one a lot. All right, more to come next week. Love you guys. Y'all take care. Have a good week.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was mistaken, my dear. There was never any reason to be cruel to you. Your heart is breaking, I fear, and I wish there was some little thing that I could do. I know perhaps it seems to you as if I didn't care, and I hate it's me who showed you that the world ain't always fair. Can't take it back and make it better, and no words will explain the choices that I made along the way. Stood by through all kinds of weather. With my new clarity, I can see you deserved so much better. I was selfish and certain that the world would understand. And I never realized what it means to be a man. So I left you with excuses and a debt I can't repay for the choices that I made along the way.